Hello, I am Xarkun with a British accent of questionable quality. This is World of Warships Legends, and today we have a community replay courtesy of Juice the Goose. He is in the Atago B, and he is the star of today's video. Juice the Goose has his own YouTube channel. You can find a link in the description below. I think he's closing in on 300 subscribers. Recently did a 250 subscriber special stream with Spartan Elite 43, and you never know, maybe I will be joining him in the future for a stream. In any case, he's in the Atago here. He spawned in the center of this map, whose name escapes me, and he has decided that he is going to make a wide left-hand turn and head to the east of the map. Or maybe that's the west. I don't know. Difficult to see the compass. In any case, I am over there myself on this side of the map. You'll be able to see me in just one moment. And I am sailing the Tier 7 Soviet premium battleship Lenin. Juice and I together, but mostly Juice, are going to carry this game. And, well, you'll see what happens as this Kagero there, who started off the game by firing his guns for some inexplicable reason. I don't know why you would do that in a destroyer. Just a tip for you: if you start the game off in a Tier 7 destroyer and you start firing your guns at nothing, well, then the people around you are going to assume that you aren't going to be of much help. And I don't think this Kagero is going to be of much help. In any case, there I am, next to an island, moving up, perhaps inadvisedly, as the focus of is that 4 enemy ships, a Chuck Martin, a Nelson, and 2 other battleships. This is where I learned, much to, well, not much to my surprise, but where I learned that the Nelson's high explosive is in fact the best counter for the Lenin. That Nelson does a horrific amount of damage to me throughout the course of this. Now I'm disengaging, as you can see, and later you'll see just how low my hit points go because of that Nelson. Juice is doing foolish things now. He's wasting some torpedoes on me. It's something he likes to do whenever he sees me in the game, something a lot of other players like to do. I don't mind it per se, as long as those torpedoes couldn't have gone toward, say, a ship on the red team. Same with if anybody wants to shoot at my ship or whatever in the beginning of the game because they recognize me. Whatever, I don't care. As long as those shells couldn't have gone toward a red ship. Then I might get a little bit irritated with the tomfoolery. But anyway, Juice's torpedoes couldn't really be sent anywhere else. So now he's posting up behind an island, which I suppose is something you can do in the Atago, although later I think we're going to see him play this ship in more that fluid, serpentine manner, snaking through the water, kiting around, shooting the nasty high-explosive IJN shells at enemy battleships. Colorado, behind that island over there, seems to be the one that Juice has on his mind, although he's turning to shoot the rear turrets off at the Chuck Martin out there, who frankly probably isn't going to stand up super well to this high-powered, spicy Japanese high-explosive. And we can tell from the somewhat irritating chirping in the background that Juice the Goose is using the Azerlane Atago commander as, you know, the commander for the ship. He's clearly running the Ingenious perk. You can see he's being targeted now by one ship, and that is exactly what I would run on Azurlane Atago. He's also probably running the skill that increases the power of the high explosive at the cost of increasing damage done to the ship from enemy shells. Bit of a high risk, high reward build on Azurlane Atago. Very powerful one as long as you aren't taking a lot of shots. And Juice is not. I was going to ask, is he going to finish off the Colorado? But no, he did have a fire burning on that ship, but I guess so did the Baltimore, and the game decided the Baltimore would get the kill. There I am at less than half health now after taking a savage beating from HMS Nelson, which, you know, it's not fun to be on the receiving end of that, but we've got big problems now. The base is being capped by the single enemy destroyer. Luckily for us, Juice, the Goose, is in a pretty fast Japanese cruiser, so he's going to be able to get back there. I am trying to reverse out of the way of these 4 ships who still want to shoot at me, although my teammates have moved up. Juice decides to torpedo me again because he's just such a funny guy. And, you know, he's heading back toward the base, though, to defend it from this menacing Tashkent, who, frankly, is probably not the destroyer best suited to the mission that he has undertaken. Likely his concealment is not super good, but as you can see, Juice's concealment is pretty good. Looks like he's got it down to 10.6, and he briefly dropped spot from anybody, so that indicates that the Tashkent is pretty far to the western side of this cap circle. At least I think it does. And Tashkent is now spotting him. The ingenious perk says 1 ship is aiming at him, likely the Tashkent. If you know you're being spotted by a destroyer and you're running this ingenious perk, take a look at that number. That number on there only shows when the guns are locked onto your ship. So if you know you're being spotted by a destroyer, you see that number and then it disappears, then you know torpedoes are being sent your way because the destroyer is switching from the guns to the torpedoes, and the ingenious perk does not monitor when you are being targeted for torpedoes. At least I think it doesn't. In PC, it does not. And that is a strategy. I guess it's not a strategy, but it's a little feature of the game mechanics that a lot of players over there use. So you might be able to incorporate it into your own gameplay. In any case, Juice has chased the Atago. No, not the Atago. Juice is the Atago. Juice has chased the Tashkent out of the base. Still don't have eyes on him. Did see some of his torpedoes, but Juice was running the sonar, and it was very simple for him to avoid them. More torpedoes coming his way from a different direction. Apparently, Juice was thinking the Tashkent was somewhere toward the south. In fact, he's 10 kilometers over there. Smoking up now, so Juice is going to open fire, see if he can't get any hits on him. I believe I am probably shooting at the Tashkent as well, and so is another cruiser. So his decision to attempt to cap our base has not been fruitful. Still, the enemy has only lost 1 ship. It was the Colorado, whose kill was secured by the Baltimore rather than Juice earlier, and that does put us ahead on points, despite the fact that the Tashkent did enter the base and did stop our accrual of points. Meanwhile, here I am on fire from the Nelson. I don't think I can put it out, but I am using Mikhail Kedrov as my commander, and so I do have will to rebuild. Juice gets into the range of my will to rebuild skill just in time to save my life from imminent death. Have to dodge some torpedoes, though. Easy enough because they are widespread torpedoes. Juice avoids them as well, takes another shot at the Tashkent, and continues to remain in this position to allow my will to rebuild to do its thing. Very helpful. And now, together, he and I are going to have to lay down some fire on these enemies. Still got that Nelson out there, apparently my arch nemesis in this game. Obviously, I'm taking a shot at him in anger. There go the shells. I don't know how well they're gonna hit him, but Juice chooses to focus the Nelson as well, which is just great for me since he is certainly the biggest threat to my ship. Juice now rams me, but it is a calculated ram, still within my will to rebuild range, taking shots at the Nelson and hoping to light him on fire. Now, typically the Nelson wouldn't care about a single fire or even two fires lit by an Atago, but if it's the focus of fire from more than just the cruiser spamming HE at it, well, then it can start to have problems and lose hit points too quickly, especially if it has to exhaust its damage control party. And obviously the heals do have a cooldown period, even though they are super heals. There can be a point under sustained focused fire in the Nelson where your super heals don't really matter because you just lose hit points too quickly. Juice is now sailing a little bit away from me, doing more of this open water serpentine kind of kiting in the Atago, and laying down fire on the USS Massachusetts, who I am also firing at. Don't know if that Nelson has gone down yet, but I don't think he is so much a threat to my ship anymore. The enemy destroyer is dead, however, which gives our team a significant advantage in the form of spotting. These guys are going to have to rely on themselves to spot any of our ships without their Tashkent being present. Juice gets a nice hit there on that Massachusetts. The high explosive on the Atago is no joke, very high alpha strike. Sometimes you can even get up to 5, 6, 7k salvos with this HE. Not to mention the fires that it lights. Juice is already up to, what is that, 11 fires throughout the course of this battle, and 86,000 damage. Now, he sent some more torpedoes at me, although I don't know if they were for me, or if they were for that Massachusetts, and just kind of screwed up there. In any case, he's only got one torpedo launcher left, so he slings them at the Vladivostok and abruptly turns away. At this point, he is, a little bit close to the Vladivostok, and as such, the Soviet battleship has no problems hitting him and smacking him for... That could have been a citadel, I don't know. Otherwise, it was a lot of nasty AP penetration damage. The Massachusetts goes down again to the fire from a Baltimore, once again securing a kill that Juice probably otherwise would have gotten. He did hit the Vladivostok with the first set of torpedoes, caused flooding. Vladivostok used his damage control. Of course, the Russian battleships have that quick cycling damage control that comes back in roughly 30 or so seconds. But if they're all out of them, then floods and fires suddenly become very deadly. And Juice does have a fire burning on that Vladivostok, or maybe not anymore. Can he secure the kill on the Russian battleship? Or, nope, that Baltimore once again. I believe this Baltimore has secured all of the kills throughout the course of this battle that rightfully, I suppose, belong to Juice. So, however many kills that Baltimore ends up with on the results screen, you can just attribute those to Juice, since he probably did the majority of damage on all of those ships. In any case, there are only 3 enemy ships left to our 4. We are ahead 476 to 442 points. And there's less than a minute to go left in the game, so we are going to win. Thankfully, Juice saved my ship there with the will to rebuild, otherwise I would have gone down, and maybe the points situation wouldn't be so great, and we would lose. But that's it for this battle. Hope you enjoyed it. Go check out Juice's channel in the description. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and consider subscribing. We're nearly at 3,000 subscribers now, so thank you guys so much. I will see you next time. Goodbye.